We all love a delicious meal, right? A little bit of this, a little bit of that, seasoned to perfection. But what if I told you that some of those seasonings weren't listed on the ingredients list? That your perfectly harmless looking apple might be harboring more than just vitamins and minerals? Buckle up, Buttercup, because today we're diving deep into the world of food chemicals with the EWG's Dirty Dozen Guide. And trust me, it's about to get real. Ready to uncover the truth? Let's get started. It's time to peel back the layers and see what's really inside our food. Remember those herbicide commercials with the catchy jingles? Turns out we might be the ones singing along unknowingly. Glyphosate, the most common herbicide, is everywhere. And while it might not kill us outright, some studies suggest it's not exactly doing our bodies any favors. So next time you shop, think twice about what's on your plate. Maybe consider going organic for a change. Corn, glorious corn. It's in our fuel, our food, our high fructose corn syrup. Basically, it's the overachiever of the agricultural world. But with great corn comes great responsibility. And by responsibility, I mean atrazine, a herbicide linked to some pretty gnarly health and environmental issues. This chemical is a double-edged sword, boosting yields but also raising concerns about its impact on our health and ecosystems. So next time you enjoy corn, think about atrazine and its hidden costs. Remember, every bite of corn comes with a side of atrazine. Remember that time you used bug spray and felt a little lightheaded? Now imagine that, but it's your nervous system and it's happening slowly over time. That's chlorpyrifos, a pesticide that's supposed to target bugs, but seems to have a soft spot for our brains too. It's a slow, silent invader in our food chain affecting us daily. From fruits to vegetables, it's everywhere, making its mark. You know what's more surprising than finding a rocket in your salad? Finding rocket fuel in your salad? Perchlorate, a component of rocket fuel, has a knack for sneaking into our produce and dairy, and messing with our thyroids is all part of its evil plan. Be aware, stay informed. Agent Orange, not exactly something you want to see on your food label, right? Well, say hello to 2,4-D, a key ingredient in this infamous herbicide and a prime example of how we never seem to learn from our mistakes. It's still widely used today despite its toxic legacy. And yes, it's in your food. So next time you munch on that salad, remember, a blast from the toxic past might be tagging along. Phthalates, say it with me now. Phthalates, tricky to pronounce, even trickier to avoid. These chemicals lurk in plastic food packaging, just waiting to leach into your food and wreak havoc on your hormones. They're everywhere, in toys, cosmetics, and more, and they're not going away anytime soon. Be cautious and stay informed. Non-stick cookware, a true marvel of modern science. But what's the cost of our scrambled eggs sliding off so effortlessly? PFAS, also known as forever chemicals, linger in our bodies and the environment, well, forever. They simply never break down. You know what's a great way to win a war? Definitely not using nerve agents on your own population. But hey, at least those same chemicals are now being used responsibly and ethically to grow our food. Just kidding, they're still as awful as ever. And guess what? They're on your dinner plate tonight. Remember that toxic relationship you just couldn't seem to quit? Neonicotinoids are kind of like that, but for bees. These insecticides are devastating pollinator populations, and while we haven't confirmed they're bad for us, do we really want to wait around to find out the consequences? Bees are crucial for our ecosystem, and their decline is alarming. Remember when your voice dropped in puberty? Well, imagine that, but for cows being pumped full of synthetic hormones to grow bigger, faster. It's enough to make you want to switch to tofu, or at least question everything you thought you knew about food. It's a lot to digest, isn't it? And it makes you wonder what's really on your plate. Ever wonder how those processed snacks manage to stay shelf-stable for what seems like an eternity? The answer might be more sinister than you think. BHA, a common preservative, is suspected to be carcinogenic, which is a big word for probably causes cancer. So maybe think twice before grabbing that snack. It's worth considering the health risks. Propylparaben. It rolls right off the tongue, doesn't it? This preservative is great at keeping our food fresh, but it's not so great at keeping our hormones in check. It's a classic case of we're trying to help, but we're actually making things worse for our health, so next time you see it on a label, think twice. So, there you have it, the Dirty Dozen, a rogues gallery of chemicals lurking in our food supply. But hey, don't despair, knowledge is power, and now that you're armed with this information, you can make informed choices about what you put in your body. Check out the EWG's website for the full list of offenders and tips on how to avoid them. Because let's be honest, nobody wants a side of health problems with their meal. Remember folks, eating should be a joy, not a game of Russian roulette with your well-being. Choose wisely and stay healthy.